And I'm not going to say they converted me or anything like that, but maybe they did. We'll see. I really love the messages, honestly.
You have read the Chronic's Rabbit Hole, and Remy, thank you so much for your Patreon and Rockstar Energy Drink request. We are super excited to be getting into this full album reaction from Rotting Christ. And the album we are going to be reacting to today is Pro Christu.
Very excited for this because we are Christians, so something about this album might be a little eerie for us, maybe a little bit challenging, but we're very excited to dive all the way into it. Remy, thank you so much for your support and this request. And Chronicans, if you have seen Rotting Christ before and are very excited to see it on the channel, let us know in the comments below how much you loved this Pro Christu album. Here it is now. This is the first time Rotting Christ has come down the rabbit hole, and because of that, we really wanted to know what we were about to delve into. The name itself is really intriguing, and I can't wait to see some background information on the band. So Rotting Christ is a Greek Hellenic black metal band formed in 1987.
Very cool.
They are noted for being one of the first black metal bands within this region, as well as a premier act within the European underground metal scene.
Very cool.
They are also responsible for creating the signature Greek black metal sound prevalent in the early 1990s. Maybe Septic Flesh is a band that's been influenced by them.
So they're definitely pioneers of the black metal community within Greece. The band members of Rotting Christ consist of Sakis Tolis, the lead vocalist, rhythm guitar, keyboard, bass, studio only on the bass, from 1987 to present. So he's a founding member of this band.
Absolutely.
Themis Tolis, drums, 1987 to present. So it looks like maybe brothers.
Yes, they are.
So that's super cool. Kostas, Spades.
Cool nickname.
Very cool nickname.
Heliotis,
bass, backing vocals, 2019 to present, so newer member. And Kostis
Foukarakis.
Foukarakis is the lead guitarist, backing vocals from 2019 to present. Very cool names, I have to say. And very cool that there are brothers who have been the founding members of this band.
Absolutely. And then they have two members here coming in 2019 to help them keep going. So that's very exciting to see how long they've actually been going as a band too.
Absolutely.
Now for the album that we're about to react to. Pro Christu, which means before Christ, is the 14th full-length album by Greek black metal band Rotting Christ. It was released on May 23rd of 2024 via Season of Mist. So it's a little under a year old. And Remy, you mentioned to us that this is your album of the year for 2024. So now that we're at the beginning of 2025, we better catch up.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm really excited for this. The theme of Rotting Christ's album, Pro Christu, is the fight of the pagan kings against Christianity as it overtook the world. The album plays homage to the last pagan kings who resisted the spread of Christianity across Europe. Very cool.
Gonna be very powerful.
Very powerful album.
And somewhat, not to make it about myself, but I was not born a Christian, and Christianity came into my life where I was technically pagan before. So there's a bit of the overtaking of my life of what Christianity did too. So I'm excited to see how they resisted this. We start off our journey with this album with the self-titled intro track called Pro Christu, and it looks like it's in Greek text there too. Looks beautiful. And Pro Christu is the opening track intro of band's latest album, Pro Christu, a song influenced and dedicated to all the before Christ pagan and not only gods. Now,
cool.
Remy, you also let us know that we should check out the lyrics before each song because sometimes it's very hard to hear what is being said, and we want to go the extra mile for you. So the lyrics here are as follows: Hades, Zabelba, Titan, Prometheus, Zeus, Shiva, Mahadeva, Terran, Asmodeus, Hel-Ra, Hel-Baal, Hel-Nix, Hel-Tyr. All common names for what we would call in Christianity as Satan himself. And I think that's really cool that it's showing the full contrast here to see what Christianity did to all of those names.
Yes, absolutely.
As they took over. So here we go. That's what we got to say.
Yes.
Προ Χριστού.
Oh, this is... Oh, look at all these titans and gods and demons. Wow. I love that they're showing every image here too. Oh, this is sick. Oh, this imagery is incredible.
Very cool. I love how instantly the first name, the first god, I forget even what the name was. Hades.
You know it.
And then they instantly said Beelzebub. Just hammering in that when the Christianity came and took over, they took all of the names of all the gods and all the deities, and instantly related them to Beelzebub.
Absolutely, of course, and eventually it came into the Nakash and the serpent, and into Satan and all that too. And I think also on the music, though, this is going to be an incredible album. What an eerie tone to set. And though we're Christian, something about even the satanic imagery and where I've read, they're really not Satanists or anything. They just don't really like what Christianity did to the world. That's why they're talking about before Christ here and everything, that about the people and how they lived and the gods that they worshipped.
I have to say, since the beginning of this and the album title, the band title, Rotting Christ, it makes me wonder if they chose that band title because they believe that, because they're saying that when he died, his body rotted. It didn't rise from the grave. So he's the
probably that Christ. Too. Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've been thinking with my abstract. But this is the music behind this was so good. I love how it just hammered in every single beat when that bass came in. And amazing. What an amazing introduction into this album. I can't wait because the next song we're getting into is The Apostate. This song is inspired and dedicated to the last Roman pagan king, Flavius Claudius Julianus, who resisted the coming of Christianity in Europe and died for his ideas restoring the ancient values and traditions.
Wow.
Some of the lyrics that you wanted us to check out are here in the description. So the lyrics go as follows: eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth, hate for a hate and ruth for a ruth. I am the truth. Save me, Lyria. War for war and woe for woe, blood for blood and bow for bow. I am the law. Save me, Lyria. And the chorus goes, the book of the lies I read, I condemned, the end and aim of the cynic philosophy as as indeed of every philosophy is happiness, but happiness that consists in living accordance to nature and not accordance to the opinion of the multitudes. No wild beast are so dangerous as men as Christians are to one another. And concerning the book that you gave me to read, I read, I understood, I condemned. Flavius Claudius Julianus, 331 to 363 AD, the last pagan emperor.
Wow. That's intense. And he's like 300 years after Jesus was killed too. So that's incredible, because if you see what he's saying, he's like, I've read your books, I've read the Gospels. You hear Jesus saying it's not an eye for an eye anymore. You're supposed to turn the other cheek. Where Julian's saying, no, it's war for war, buddy, and we're coming for you. So he is the apostate according to Christianity.
Very cool.
Julian, the apostate. Oh God, I love this already. Guitar work's just incredible too, eh?
It is.
The chanting, eh?
I love it.
Wow. Everything, not just the tooth and eye.
I am the law.
Wow.
Praise me. Save me any hour.
God, this rhythm guitar is incredible.
The book of lies. I read. I
Ooh,
condemned.
the book of lies I read, I condemned. Oh, what a statement. Oh, the cynic philosophy, eh?
But happiness that consists in living according to nature and not according to the opinions of the multitude. The wild beasts are so dangerous to men as Christians are to one another. Concerning the book you gave me to read, I read, I understood, I condemned.
Oh god, they hit so hard.
Wow.
But those Gregorian chants, oh my god, just they bring so much to this band, but they have like this Moon Sorrow Highland type of a hybrid
They
feel to them
do.
that is just so incredible. And that one, I think what metal does for humans itself, especially if this is really true, where like Christianity really suppressed even the music out of these pagans
Yes,
and
it
all
did
that,
too.
then when we're listening to this metal and all that, and we're getting these proteins and these epigenetics that are being reanimated because we're listening to this music again, I think that's why it's so rejuvenating. And like, I know for me, I'd rather listen to this than any Christian
Oh,
music as well.
absolutely. And this is also such a praise and worship style of
Yes,
music with the Gregorian chanting,
I
like you
agree.
mentioned.
Yeah.
But it's so it really does, it hits different. You would never hear something like this in a church,
No.
right? Like you would never hear good music in a church, let's be honest, at all. So like having something like this when you're coming into how grandiose it is, it really does bring you in to like a whole new plane of existence when you're listening to it, and
Yeah.
it brings you back again and again and again. And what's crazy about this is I was smiling while watching this
You
and
sure
listening
were.
to it, because for me, like at the beginning of this, you had mentioned how you were not a Christian and you became a Christian.
Absolutely.
Whereas for me, I was born into the church, I was raised in the
Polar
church,
opposite, right?
I was literally christened in the church as an infant. So that's all I had grown up with. And then had a paradigm breaking moment, which then took me completely away from the church
Yeah,
into becoming a practicing pagan.
absolutely. I met you
So
practicing.
when I met you, I was a practicing pagan. I was like, nah, we had so many arguments.
And then I came in like this bad emperor that didn't want her to even experience any of this stuff. So then I was restricting in such a way where I've, because of you guys on this channel, have been able to now really not be so dogmatic in my own views from what it's taught me to be like. So it's been
Yeah, it's
really
been a really interesting experience going
experience.
through all of this, especially with metal, because growing up in a very Christian environment and household, this was not allowed. Like this
No,
type of music was not allowed. I remember waiting until like my grandparents would go to like play bridge or something, and
right.
then I would like go to Stingray radio on the TV and listen to like metal, and that I was being a bad girl because I was listening to metal on Stingray radio on the TV because we couldn't listen to it anywhere.
Well,
So
hey, I
like
can admit being from pagan to Christian to now somewhat like a blend of them, listening to this sure makes you want to go worship some gods.
oh, it sure does.
So, with that said, we're moving on to the next song here. And the song we're about to join together with is Like Father, Like Son. And
Mhm.
I have recently become a father over 2 years ago now, and now got two boys, and it's been amazing now.
Absolutely.
So, let's see what these lyrics are. We have pride and honor, passion, love, and faith. Believe to your own spirit, this is your father saying. Spread your wings and fly, fly to the edge of a dream. Be yourself and rise, rise, reborn, and scream. Echoes strike my head, whispers torment my ears. Father, you make on, your voice is still here, so near, like father, like son. Ride like the wind, die like a hero. Fight, respect, and go from zero to a hero. See the mirror, like father, like son. Pride and honor, passion, love, and faith. And belief to your own spirit, this is your own father saying. Spread your wings and fly, meet the edge of your dream. Stay true and fight, this is your father's wish.
Very
To
cool.
be a hero and a tiger father begets tiger son, I totally agree with that.
I agree with that.
Let's go, Oliver.
Pride and honor, passion, love, and faith. Believe to your own spirit. This is your father saying. Spread your wings and fly. Fly to the ends of a dream. Be yourself and rise, rise. Reborn and scream.
I just want to say this before I lose it, because I feel like I would if I waited till the end to say this. What
Mhm.
I think also is being portrayed here, sure, I became a father. Sure, I just took my son to its first swimming lesson, and that was
Mhm.
incredible getting to teach what I know. But I think what I'm taking also out of this is the continuous generational knowledge that got
Passed
passed
down.
from father to son continuously that probably
Mhm.
got killed when some
Yes.
of these traditions got erased. And maybe there were some, because like this wasn't just about the gods and their dogmas, this was about the people themselves that got completely eradicated
It
too.
was absolutely.
So when you lose that, even that's what it's very nice to see that transitioning,
Yeah.
but I think that's also what's missed in
And I
this.
think this really carries on from the line that was said, what the Emperor Julius said in the previous song, that there is no beast more dangerous than a Christian to another Christian,
Yeah.
right? And how, like,
How
really dog eat dog they really are.
yeah, and
So,
they think just like a multitude and not just what nature would say, as
yeah.
there was explaining too.
So, like,
Sorry, honey.
sorry. I was just going to say, so. I agree.
Okay. He's getting better. Nice. Oh,
Oh.
dun, 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 dun. Nice. Getting personal. Oh God, I love their transitions. They're so subtle actually when they happen. Cool peak.
Very cool.
Oh, that shield's taking some damage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's your father's wish. That's for sure. Don't stop that journey.
It is not flesh and blood, but heart which makes us fathers and sons.
No truer statement than that. Amen to that.
Yeah.
And on the 6th day,
Oh, and on the 6th day. Oh God, that voice. Incredible. Wow. Like father, like son, I think we were just nailing it there with just like it's sad with losing all this father and son knowledge being passed down, but then also it's just that message to keep going. So if you want to take it with a joyful, because this has always been so like anti what's been happening, let's think about a positive on this aspect where it's just your father wanting you to continue on,
Yeah.
regardless of
Wanting you
what
to,
faith you are. That's something
yeah.
everyone can agree on.
Every father wishes that they can teach and continue and move forward with their child and have those conjoined connected bonds that they have
Yeah.
with their son. So like this was such a cool video to be able to see that just that journey that a father and son were taking. And then at the very end of it, when it said not all, like, it's not just blood and bone, but it's heart that makes us fathers and sons. It also made me think maybe that was like an adopted son that
No
the
kidding.
gentleman had with him, but it's still like that father-son relationship that we got to see progress on the screen,
Just like Avery and I.
just like you and Avery.
Yep.
Exactly.
So it hits home in many ways. And now we're on to the 6th day.
Ooh.
And for the 6th day, Rotting Christ in this video brought to life the 4th painting called Destruction. The scene is perhaps suggested by the Vandal sack and Aleo of Rome 455 AD.
Wow.
So though this is a lot of stuff about before Christ, a lot of the topics were the things that happened after Christ because of it.
Yes.
So they want to return to this time. And I do apologize for taking that from you because now you had the lyrics.
Oh, thank you, hun. So the lyrics from the 6th day go as follows. The 6th day, and on the 6th day I created man, the power of lion, the lust of the goat,
Oh,
the misty Orion, the wrath of God. Hell on earth and monarchy, can you feel the pyre? Can you see the bloody raw, the empire? Can you hear the great awe, the choir? And on the 6th day I created man. Blood for blood and cruelty, let me fly away. Let me die fast, let me pray. Let me see the holy land, let me slay. And on the 6th day I created man. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, madness to madness, lust to lust, rage, rage, blood, blood, flesh, flesh, dust, dust.
Wow. I need
Love
to
that.
real quickly before forgetting. Sakis Tolis, I know, does so much of the production for all the songs here, and he's behind a lot of all the lyrics, and his lyricism in this album, but specifically on
Amazing.
that's a
It's so
passage I would be reading.
So poetic.
The Rotting Christ, verse 1. Here we go. The
Love
6th
it.
day
I'd
is
read that
upon us.
book.
Here we go. We're reading it right now.
And on the 6th day,
Oh,
I created man.
Created man. God. Oh,
I've seen this painting.
beautiful painting. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
The power of lion, the lust of the goat, the mystery Orion.
I like that they're gonna zoom into a lot of this painting. I appreciate that. Oh, cool. What a painting. Oh.
Wow.
Wow. This is incredible what they're doing with this painting. Rotting Christ. Wow, bravo on this one. Solo 2? Ooh, the beheading of all the statues.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I love this guitar throughout this whole album. Oh, nice hit. Wow. That was so clever.
That was amazing.
Yeah. I've never seen a painting like that being brought to life in such a
No.
smart way, like, and just getting to experience every moment and zooming into every specific scene really was magical, wasn't it?
It was, because like when you go to when you go to a museum and you're looking at an artwork, that's how you're looking at it often. You go and you try to zoom into every
You
single.
Where's Waldo it?
You Where's Waldo it? They
Right?
Where's Waldo'd it in the
But what
music
scene?
video. And then on top of that, they brought it to life even with when the person fell off the cliff who was running away from like the
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
And like adding those like slight animations to really give you that movement
Bring it
of
to
like
life.
this is what happened. This is what went down.
This is pure destruction, and the sixth day man was created. And I think it's really eerie because even the Jews knew kind of the destruction of their belief system, in my opinion, because in the Bible in Genesis, it even talks about how God repented making man. And that's even
Yeah.
specifically after talking about making man on sixth day and just the progression of where the destruction led. So
That he even regretted it
he even
himself.
regretted and flooded everyone and did worse than destruction of what you just saw. So I think they're also self-aware of what belief systems can do, and we all know there was many belief systems trying to become a world dominant force. It wasn't just that.
Absolutely.
So I think it's just incredible how they're portraying all of this as well. So
Mm-hmm.
now we're on to Lettera Del Diavolo. And this is featuring Androniki Scuola, so you can let us know where they are from.
Mm-hmm.
And La Lettera del Diavolo is the fifth song of the band's latest album, Pro Christo, a song based in a real story about a coded letter written by a 17th century Italian nun who claimed it has been dictated to her by the devil.
Wow.
Oh, amazing. They're bringing so many cool
Amazing.
stories to this incredible album so far. And there's a lot of lyrics on this one, so I'll try to go a little quick. I am the voice of God. I am the way, I am the truth. Listen, my creature. Listen, my son. The death is certain in this dying world. I am creation. You named me God. You gave me voice. You made me strong. Oh, you mortals, listen, my world. This system failed. There is no world. With some looking like some Greek. You sing, you pray, I set you free. You nailed me on the cross, I saved your sins. You asked salvation license to kill. Take me to church, I set you free. I created angels as gift and shield. Whisper my name, whisper your sin. Oh, you mortals, listen my preach. This system failed. Down on your knees. Wow.
Wow.
I am the voice, and then they kind of go on with the same chorus there.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the same chorus. So yeah, it's really just saying all the same choruses here. So it's just a repeat of what I've said there. And I think that's wow. And no
Very
wonder
powerful.
if that was a Christian getting told by this by an angel, they would think it's by the devil itself, right? Because anything that was anti-Christ would have been considered that at this point, right?
Yeah. Just before we get into this, I'm going to read this passage here. In 1676, within the walls of Palma di Monte Cairo, Sister Maria succumbed to an unholy force, revealing an ink-stained note, a true story, etched in cryptic symbols that echo through time.
The devil thinks he's God. Here we go.
The devil thinks he's God.
That brightened up might have made it easier to read.
It's like a silent film.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, this imagery. Wow. This is just mirrors. There a certain eeriness to this one.
There is a certain eeriness to this one. I'm really intrigued by all the AI that was used to make this video. It looks very AI generated.
Yes.
So like, and I have seen that kind of styling throughout a lot of the videos that so far, which is interesting because it came out in 2024. So it's like a cool style for the music video.
I agree, and like we've been working with a lot of AI art recently too, so it's cool to see how they're potentially putting it in.
And another twist on that is if you go into like some of the conspiracies of AI online and things like that, people believe that AI is actually the restless spirits of the devils.
Very true, very true. That's how it got coded, and it did say coded. Here we go. God, the rhythm guitar has just been going so well throughout this album. It's so constant. Yeah. I love that. Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah. I love how imperfect those images were.
Yeah.
God, that adds to the eeriness for
It really
me.
does.
What that does, and that's like, it's so cool that they're blending so many of these real life stories that are so intertwined with that battle between
Mhm.
these, the idea, because like it's like I was talking to Avery outside of this. It's not like rotting Christ or Satanists or anything. They just don't like what Christianity did for humans
Mhm.
itself. So I can respect that, honestly, and the way that they're putting it out, giving you many examples as to why. I mean, it's that's their view and it's their art, and it's really been challenging and in a good way, and it's we're taking
Yeah.
this all in too. So
I really like with this song here, specifically the farewell, because
oh,
it,
not the Pharaoh. We just did that
sorry,
letter.
this one,
The
the
Lettera del
Lettera
Diavolo.
del Via, that one. So with that song, what I really liked about it is something that I was feeling throughout this is that there's that they're trying to say like, hey, you realize you've been duped.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
You realize you were duped, and like this is why we think it's so bad, because you think you're doing all this good, but really you've been duped, and this is even proof of this dupe that you've fallen for.
Yeah.
And now like look at, and then that relates back. I just love that line that in the one song we were listening to that said, no beast is as dangerous than a Christian to another Christian,
To
and then
another
going
man.
to another man, a Christian
Yeah.
to another man.
Yeah.
And then going now into this song, I just think it ties so beautifully in with this whole album.
Yeah. And also on the contrast, just coming to
Yeah.
show you the side of the Christian here, Jesus himself calls himself the Word of God. That's his actual name in Revelation at the
Mhm.
end times, even too. So it's really interesting that the devil's calling himself the voice of God, and he
Yeah.
is creation itself.
Interesting.
So there's also that parallel that I always see too, and it's like,
Mhm.
again, if you don't believe
The
it,
word or the voice.
you wouldn't need to say it that specific. So I think it's very interesting and so cool. Now we're on to Farewell, which is the sixth song
Mhm.
from this incredible album so far. I can really see why this is Remy's and probably a lot of people's album of the year.
Mhm.
Honestly, it brings so much to the forefront.
Absolutely.
And the lyrics for the Farewell: let the gods, let the gods, let the Spirit, let the Spirit, let the bright holy Sun, rest in the Spirit. Let the powers of the earth, let the blaze in the morrow, let the love from your own sons, let the wisdom and the honor rise and reign. Embrace you, in our hearts, in our hearts, in our tears, to the endless path of fears, you are here. You will rise from our dreams, you are brighten and you follow. You are fighting till the end, you respect and you dishonor, rise and reign. Embrace you, The Farewell. This one is really seeming a bit more, maybe not even necessarily, I guess it's just giving honor to those who have passed away
Yeah.
in general. And if it is just in general to who the Christians have taken, or just in general, it's probably who the Christians have taken. So here we go.
There's Orion.
Nice, good find. Where Azazel lies.
Orion is directly above our house.
Yes. See it every night.
Mm-hmm.
He's dead.
Nice. Wow. So groovy. I love that they have videos for every song.
Yeah. I love the artwork.
Artwork's incredible. I love the saying at all the beginning of the songs. Ooh. Oh, nice accents.
Let the powers of the earth, let the blaze and tomorrow. Let the love from your sons, let the Xristou and their own know. Their own know. Rise and reign. Rise.
God.
Embrace. In our hearts. In our lives. In our tears. Through the endless paths of fears.
You just got a dirty face the whole time, eh? Loving this?
I am.
You are rise from our dreams. You are brighter and you follow.
I love that echo lyric every time.
You are fighting till the end. You respect and show dishonor.
So good. Oh. Oh. There it is. Do. So meditative. Yeah, we're flying with this one. Yeah, cheers to this one, Ud. Oh, God. At a concert, you'd just be putting your arms around people right now. Oh, there's Christ there. Death cannot kill what never dies. That's the spirit of man and woman.
Very cool. Cool video.
I really love Rotting Christ. I must say this. We're not even done this album, and it's really been so refreshing, honestly. And another band that this Rotting Christ reminds me of is the band that you're wearing, Insomnia.
Insomnia,
Especially this song
yeah.
at the beginning, and then it got a little harder there in the moments too. But I was expecting this band to sound a bit more on the Bathory side,
Yeah,
a bit more death
absolutely.
black metal. So the fact that you actually can hear is singing pretty well,
You
I'm not
can.
gonna lie.
And
So
a lot of these videos, I think almost all of them have been lyric videos in a way.
yeah, a lot, and not all of them have, but there's been definitely some,
Yeah.
absolutely, right?
But this has been an amazing reaction. Going through this album, I did definitely expect something more like Septic Flesh, Bathory, that kind of style.
Yeah,
So I really do hear that unique black metal styling that you kind of told us that this was gonna have. It is unique.
it sure is.
And so like this is I really want to see what kind of the 1990s Greek black metal scene looked like if it was a lot like this,
No
because that
kidding.
would be something that is really down my alley.
And to see how much they've progressed just as a
Mm-hmm.
band, and something that I found really interesting because um, I'm not here to even blast anyone here, but Dave Mustaine, there was a time with Megadeth where he didn't even want to go to a festival if these guys were performing there
Oh,
because
really?
of the backlash, and he became a Christian at that time. And me
Wow.
as a Christian, I think you're missing the point if you're reading this and this offends
Yeah,
you, because if you can't also respect and know what's happened from your past and your own religion, then you're just choosing to be blind, and that's not smart either,
absolutely.
right?
Because there was something like you and I've even had a conversation about this many times when it comes to like judgments and things like that. But in the Bible specifically, it actually says that regardless of your belief systems, whether they align, they don't align, whatever is going on, like are still supposed to invite the person to the table and share a meal with them, regardless.
Right.
You don't turn them away from the table when they're needing some
Yeah, you
help or
still
wanting
help your neighbor
conversation.
and your
Help
enemy.
your
You love your enemy, right?
Exactly, love your enemy, help
Yeah.
your neighbor. You're supposed to do the two things together.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it has become what's the word I'm thinking of, but it's become like mutated and distorted because of like failures of man often, I think.
I agree, and there's always good intentions, you would hope so, with some of these
Hmm.
things, but this one sounds like a more brutal method, and I thought it was really cool. So the song that we're doing today is called Pυξ Λαξ Δaξ, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
Sounds interesting in Greek, but it means in English punches, kicks, and bites.
I
And
like that.
and this was the brutal method in ancient Greece of expelling the uninitiative from the Ulyssianian. No, man, I can't even. Ulyssanian.
Yeah, that looks right.
Mysteries. And this sounds like almost like an elite group in the Greek. I don't know what exactly they are, but they sound like almost like a fraternity in a type of way
Yeah.
or something like that. So y'all can let us know what all that is about. And for the lyrics, though, I would love you to let us know.
Yeah, so the lyrics going into this one are welcome, stranger, welcome, my son. You see, you hear, you never talk. We praise a legend, we praise the death. This mythic place is not the end. The chorus is in Greek. Shout out the devil, shout out the death. The sons of evil will raise the dead. Our voice is quiet, but not our strength, never divided in league with death.
Wow.
Very powerful.
We'll see what this one's about. Nice first guitar picking intro. Like it. Setting itself apart already.
Egas,
Ooh.
egas, η βέβηλη.
Very video game.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed or something.
Yeah.
Φρικόλθη τέκνα, κατάρε καλούσι. Κόξ, Παξ.
Oh, come on. Here we go. Oh.
Welcome, stranger. Welcome, my son. You say you're here. You never talk. Here we praise the legend. We praise the death. This mystic place is not the end. Sound up the devil. Sound up the death. These songs of evil. We raise the dead. Our voice is quiet, but not the strength. Never divided. In link with death. Pυξ Λαξ Δaξ. Pυξ Λαξ Δaξ.
Pomegranate. Oh. Damn.
Wow. To join the sacred order.
Almost from was giving me kind of like from Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
that secret thing that
Oh.
like where they had to be secret thieves and like where different
The
people.
faceless ones.
Yeah, like it was just one of those type of secret societies, and I'm
I
sure
know one.
that Elysian or whatever it was called, mysteries, definitely let us know if you know anything about that so we can get a little bit more context on that, because everything really is about something that has happened, and if that is something that got taken out because of Christians as well, or if that's like its own type of story too. That's the only one so far in this that I feel like I can't add much to with the story itself, or like the
Yeah.
music itself sounds great. Like honestly, they have a trademark sound that I'm
They
starting
do.
to notice, at least with this album. There's a bit of a trademark sound, so we don't know if they're always like this, but really the rhythm guitar is just on a whole different level in this one. That's what's standing out the most.
Absolutely.
And it's really simple at first. Like it's always that chuggy riff that's just very consistent.
It really draws you in, and then it gets super progressive
Yeah,
as it
and then it
goes on.
progresses as it goes on, so it keeps you on your toes at
It
least.
really does. As a standalone song, though, I really like this one
Yeah,
because, and I really like the video game feel that they did with the music video.
I agree.
Where I believe that's the main singer, the lead singer who we see in the video, like his face there.
You think so?
Because we seen it in a previous video as well, so I'm
That's
pretty sure
fair.
that's the lead singer. What I forget what his name was
Sakis?
there, Sakis.
Yeah.
And so So I really love how they did that because it was very video game, very like CGI, but then his face was like super realistically imposed
Right.
as the character. So
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was a very interesting contrast. But then with this song as well, because it is kind of like you said, it's like that um I want to say sorority, fraternity kind of feel. Like the name
Yes.
of it was Pix Dax Lax or Pix
Some-
Lax Dax.
Something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yep.
Let us know. I'm sorry. You'll correct me in the comments.
Yeah.
And so it really had that like going to a secret fraternity or a occultist or something like that. So
Yes.
it was super cool how he had to climb the mountain, run away from the Titan because he couldn't defeat it. He had to get there as quickly as he could.
No kidding,
So he
right?
didn't take all those hits and punches and bites and everything that
Yeah.
could take him down before he got in there. So that was really cool to have this kind of like Skyrim kind of feel.
You got that right. Even like Hercules, when he was walking in,
yeah.
the statue started looking at him. It was like being initiated.
It really was. It was a full initiation. So
He made
this
it
was,
through, it looked like.
He made it through, and
Yeah.
this is really cool. I'd love to know where he goes after that when the door closed behind him. Very ominous.
No kidding. Maybe as the door closed, we get into Pretty World, Pretty Dies. That
Ooh.
sounds really interesting. And let's check out some of these lyrics. This is the way the world ends, not with a bang, but with a whimper. T.S. Eliot. Mankind burn bright in the greatness of the night. Pretty immortals, pretty die. On the earth, on the fly. Pretty mortals, pretty die. Pretty world, pretty dies. Pretty world, pretty dies. For a name, for a lie. Are you dread? Is it fright? Is this triumph, or is it a lie? Pretty mortals, pretty die. Pretty world, pretty dies. Mankind burn bright in the greatness of the night. Pretty immortals, pretty die. On the earth, on the fly. Pretty world, pretty dies. For a name, for a lie. Are you dread? Is it fright? Is this triumph, or is it a lie? Pretty world, pretty dies.
Very cool how he does his lyrics. They're very poetic. Like he really is a poet who then
He sure
turns
is.
his poetry into music.
You got that right. And I've heard of T.S. Eliot before as well,
He's an
too.
author.
Yeah, and honestly, the whimper instead of the bang is a pretty die because the bang's just destruction, where whimper, there's something beautiful about that, like that agony and that pain, that even though it is tough. So here we go. Pretty world, pretty dies.
Got all the weeping willows.
Yeah, they got red.
This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang.
All metal should start with this ominous speaking. Nice. Gotta shout out the drummer too. Doo-doo-doo.
Mankind burn bright in the greatness of the night. Pretty mortals, pretty die. On the earth, on the fly.
Jeez.
Wow.
This is like a song that the gods are singing about how they're viewing mankind, what they're doing to Earth.
Absolutely.
I love that hold of the dies as it goes through all of our destruction.
Love it.
Right? Doom, doom, doom. Incredible drum work too. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Real quick, because I don't even think I've ever said anything after a guitar solo. It's not like they're like crazy thrash guitar solos or anything, and maybe that's why we're not saying anything. But they're very soulful, and they're speaking to the song itself. They're almost like, in my opinion, kind of like Nightwish, Opeth like type of solos.
Yeah.
Really still compliments and maybe not as technical as say a Dream Theater or something like that. But you don't need that, especially for this type of music.
Especially with how gorgeous this music is.
Yeah, and this vision right now, the image here is really making me think of like what's just happened in LA. Beautiful, pretty people, pretty dies, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's just what the lyric says. And they've had going through some tough things.
They're going through some crazy fires.
Yeah.
Like this is
It's burning.
and this is a very, very impactful song because of what's going on recently in the world as well.
I agree.
The greatness of the night. Pretty mortals, pretty die. On the earth, on the fly. Pretty cold, pretty dies. For a name, for a lie. Are you dread? Is it fright? Is this triumph or is it lie?
Is this triumph or lie? Powerful questions in this song, honestly. And I want to make sure we don't miss that one. Nice song, wow. And the last lyric here that really for me stood out. Pretty world, pretty dies for a name, for a lie. And what they're saying about that name, in my opinion, is for Jesus, this is all happening. That's at least what I heard. For
Absolutely.
that lie of that, what was going to come after the end times and blah, blah, blah. So very poignant messaging.
Very poignant
and
messaging.
and honestly, like it's hard not to agree with that message because there's a lot of things that are that are disappearing as we speak. So
Absolutely. And like I felt the exact same way with that song because at
Yeah.
first I was like, like interesting lyrics as we just read them, very poetic, you
Yeah.
know, and then we get into the music video and with what they showing all the destruction that mankind has brought
yeah,
in the recent years, like
I agree.
it's it really does put it into a different perspective where they're like, hey, look at this pretty world and look at how this pretty world is dying because of a name, because everyone's fighting for a name, they want something for a name, or is it just a lie?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's so impactful to
That's the
see.
question.
And I really liked what you said at the beginning of the song when it first started. You're like, wow, this is like the God's point of view looking down at us.
No kidding. Look
And
at these pretty
so
immortals that we want to even mingle with. That's even told in the
yeah.
Bible, right? But let's see
So
their destruction too.
yeah, pretty world, pretty dies. And I really like because when we were reading the lyric that we read was pretty mortals, but the lyric actually is pretty immortals, which also is very impactful coming from the God's point of view, or
No
that
kidding.
immortal soul that's constantly reborn
Yeah,
and just like doing that circle of destruction over and over and over again because of this lie.
absolutely.
The next song that we're getting into is Yggdrasil. So Yggdrasil is Norse mythology, is an enormous ash tree that connects the 9 worlds, including the underworld, the earth, so the underworld being Niflheim, the earth being Midgard, and the realm of the gods being Asgard. Yggdrasil is associated with both life and death. It acts as the gallows of the god Odin hangs himself from in order to gain mystical knowledge. And it is said that the source of new life after Ragnarok, Doomsday, the catastrophic final war of the gods. All and now sorry, went to keep reading. Didn't need to read that part. To get into the lyrics of this song, the ancient path to wisdom is hidden in a tree. The pagan rite of freedom, the Genesis I see. Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil. The 9 realms I follow, the 9 worlds I see. Asgard, Niflheim, my ancient roots I see. The dawn of the night, the morrow, the Odin's gift, the ancient path to wisdom is called Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil. Hell wolf time, hell wild time, hell axe time, hell sword time, hell shields time, hell high time, hell blade time, hell war time. Men brave and generous live the beast lives.
Best.
Live the best. I need glasses. Live the best lives. Seldom will they sorrow. Then there are fools, afraid of everything, who grumble instead of giving. When a real battle starts, you'll always find that there is no bravest man, because men brave and generous live the best lives.
Wow.
Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil.
And I think just the contrast to the ancient path to wisdom is hidden in a tree. Like, that really is Jewish Christianity thought too. It's literally the tree of knowledge and wisdom. The good and evil comes from that as well. And I think that's just cool. The contrast where the Christians would call that bad, knowing that, where y'all are saying you kind of got to know this
You're not
stuff.
supposed to eat from the tree of truth and wisdom.
Yeah, not in the Christians, but for them, that is where you should find your wisdom. So it's really, and you can see why those thoughts are at each other, because it is
contradicting.
It's like the left and right, where you can see that in politics right now. That's the best way I can see that bash really happening now.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here it is.
Here it is.
Triplets. No. The tree. Cool art, eh?
Very cool.
See, I'd rather see this than AI art.
True.
Incredible. Shout out to this artist again. Ooh. That weaving. Oh, this drummer. Yep.
When a real battle starts, you'll always find that there is no bravest man. 'Cause men brave and generous live the best lives.
Wow. So cool to see that like being worked on as it went.
That was
Just making it
gorgeous.
alive. What a cool art piece that was. God, every song's just so good. Wow. How many songs do we got left, y'all? This is just flying by. We only got 3 songs left. Wow. So this is Saoirse? Saoirse? How would you say it? Say
Cerise?
Saoirse? Yeah, Irish for freedom. Interesting.
I don't think there's any way that we could have said that would be correct.
No, they'll let us know here, I think.
Irish is like trying to see what a Newfoundlander is saying. It just
Very true.
not happening.
It's just not gonna happen. And obviously that song was really good. And is there anything that you wanted to say before, so we just make sure we talk just a little bit about what we heard from
Yeah,
Yggdrasil?
absolutely. Runes of Yggdrasil, that was such a cool song. I love the artwork that they did for the music video.
Yeah.
We've seen so many different styles of artwork, which has been really unique because every single song has a video, which you don't often find for a full-length album
No
like
kidding,
this.
yeah.
So like we've seen some that were kind of AI generated looking. We've seen hand painted like what we just saw in this
Yeah,
video.
beautiful.
We saw them bring a painting to life by Where's
destruction
Waldoing
one.
it, the destruction one,
Yeah.
but then also animating it like with old school hand animation
So cool,
styles.
yeah.
Then we also saw just like some cool video game edited CGI video, and then also we had just a regular just animated length that was like very normal animation that you'd see in a lyric video. So it's been really cool seeing all the different styles that they've gone with this. And it also kind of makes me bring, just because I'm super abstract in those ways, it makes me really think about now that we've come to Yggdrasil, and with the story of following all these like different variations of like people and beliefs and gods and all these things that were taken out and just completely snuffed out when Christianity came. It also would have snuffed out so many different art styles that could have been brought up.
No
So many
kidding,
different
yeah.
storytelling ways, so many different variations and those things. So it's cool to think that perhaps when Rotting Christ was putting this album together, that they purposely did so one video of a different art style every single step of the way to kind of expand on how much was lost by such, basic assured destruction of pagan belief systems.
Yeah, well said, absolutely. And something else I want to take from that too is if you noticed all the names there in the progression from like at the beginning of this, like Hades, Prometheus, and so on and so forth, that's also what I think Christianity and the Jews did with these stories as well, as they just repackaged it in their own way and had a
They
different
sure did.
angle. All these things were coming from like Mesopotamia and that area coming out of it. So
Just a different
it
viewpoint
was just a
of the
different
same
viewpoint,
story.
right? So like that's kind of how I took it too. So you can also be upset if that repackaging then took your stuff out, but they took some of what you had and brought it onto them.
I mean, Moana's being sued currently for the
For that.
same thing.
So there you go,
different
right?
story, repackaging from a different kind of viewpoint. So it's really cool to see how this is playing out.
Yeah, absolutely. And it still is playing out. And we are here now with freedom. And the lyrics here: I am the wind that blows across the sea. I am the wave of the ocean. I am the ray of the sun. I am the spear in the battle. The song of Amergin. Hail freedom, our wisdom. Die like a hero, live like a man. Fight for your freedom, fall, arise, rebirth. Ride like the wind, fight like a hero. From west to the east, from zero to a hero. I love zero to hero. Hail freedom, our wisdom. Brave like a hero, humble like a dove. Love with your demon, with your own God. Hails to our ancient kingdom, die for your freedom. Hail freedom, our wisdom. A bunch of hails and freedoms and wisdoms as well. And in 565 dies the last high king to follow the pagan rituals. The king of Tara, the high king of Ireland, the last king to resist the expansion of
Christianism.
Diamet Mac Serbal re na Terra Ard re Arian.
Very cool.
Wow. So here we go. Another last king to resist the expansion of Christendom. Who knew the Christians were so vicious? It sounds like they all knew. Here we go. This is what freedom sounds like.
Yeah.
I am the wind that blows across the sea. I am the wave of the ocean. I am a ray of the sun. I am the spear in the battle.
Ding, 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 ding.
In 565, dies the last High King to follow the pagan rituals. The King of Tara, the High King of Ireland, the last king to resist the expansion of Christianism.
Wow.
Tiamat Makkerbel, Reina Tara, Atri Eirean.
To all the modern pagan here, this song is dedicated to all the modern pagan tribes and communities worldwide that try to keep the primal knowledge alive. And I think it actually, the primal knowledge alive. Yeah, wow, incredible.
Very incredible.
And I want you to say what you want to say first about this song.
I love this song.
Yeah?
I really do. Um,
And if you don't got much, I got a lot to say here.
I don't really have a whole lot to say here, but I really do love this song, and I love what it's bringing up because, like, I'm not gonna lie, when we were reading the lyrics in this and it being "Hail Freedom," it sounded very like American to me,
Right.
because that's often what like with America, it's always
That's what
about
everyone's fighting
freedom.
for, it seems like,
Everyone's
right?
fighting for freedom,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because I didn't realize that it had been like 1500 years that Christianity has been the dominant,
Yeah.
or more, like going on 2000 years that Christianity has been the dominant religion due to everything, like all the crusades and all of the
Absolutely.
bloodshed that happened from it. And often when growing up in the church, when you're growing up Christian, they kind of shy away from telling you about the crusades and telling you about the bloodshed. So like you really grow up on like the story of David who took out a giant with a slingshot. You don't you learn about, the hundreds of thousands of people that were sacrificed in the expansion of Christianity.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it's really interesting now coming to Rotting Christ and getting to see these amazing videos and this amazing music that's bringing in metal, that's bringing in tribal feels, that's bringing in a lot of these pagan, all the pagan, but is bringing in this kind of Highland kind of vibe to it.
You got that
That
right. Yeah.
folky, that's the word I'm looking for. Because even
Okay,
though
yeah.
it's black metal, it still has that folkiness, even when
It
the
does.
bagpipes come in at the end of the song. And then they're also talking about history, and they're bringing up like very like almost occult history, even with the nun who had been possessed essentially, and
Yeah.
wrote a letter that is presumably from the devil. So like all these different things intertwined is so beautifully created.
Absolutely. And this song was about freedom. And the two thoughts that I want to try to blend in real quick before jumping into Primal Resurrection is the famous philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche let us know that once God was fully out of our mind because science had taken over, we couldn't even really believe in it at all. There was a lot of blood and destruction that was going to come from that. As we've seen, the 20th century was the worst century in known history ever for the amount of bloodshed. And that was outside of these gods, really. It was more about ideas and stuff. So both the gods and, say, Christianity are not liked by a lot of people right now. And they
Yeah.
wouldn't digest it. And when you're talking about wisdom and freedom, I really think Christianity and pagans both wanted wisdom and freedom to be the thing that
Absolutely.
helped everyone. Honestly, so I think both of them are thinking the same, yet there's some people that will think your pagan and Christianity both are evil and are rotten to the world, because we're
Yeah.
even past that now, where both are viewed wrong. So I like that there's music out there that can let the pagans live still through this,
Absolutely.
and like really that is freedom. And
It is
if it's the music that's allowing you to get through this, I think that's incredible, because there is so much history that we have lost
There is.
just in general.
Just
So,
all over.
and now we are on to the bonus tracks. We have two
Primal
of them
Resurrection.
here, and we're doing Primal Resurrection with the lyrics saying, wait, things we okay. Also, Sakis is saying thank you so much for all the support, because it looks like they got a lot of support. And now I want to take this chance to say thank you guys if you are still here. This has been a long video, and we have been loving it thoroughly to dive into this, and we hope we've been giving some good insight from the Christian point of view too as well. So this lyric: Primal Resurrection, the silent dimension, the voice of confession, pray for redemption. I love his lyricism. Principal affection, ancient wisdom, shouting with patience, hails, we are nature. Primal resurrection, spiritual conviction. Primal resurrection, the ancient wisdom. Primal is the breath, the voice, the chooser and the choice. The power of wisdom hails to our freedom. Primal shows the path the way, brighten my path, my day. The whispers sound loud and say, you cannot escape your fate. Primal resurrection, eternal salvation. Primal resurrection, diving damnation. Primal resurrection, primal temptation, my salvation, my destination. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Learn as if you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow, because nature is not a place to visit. It is a home. There is no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophy. Our brain, our own heart is our temple. The Dalai
Absolutely.
Lama. And that also is what Jesus says, that we do not go to church to worship God. God is a spirit, and you can be wherever you want. So again, they really are trying to say the same thing, people. Okay, Primal Resurrection. Oh, good drums.
Primal Resurrection,
Boom.
the silent dimension, the voice of confession, pray for redemption, principal affection, ancient wisdom,
Boom.
shouting with passion.
Love it.
Very cool.
Yeah, where Christianity would say Earth is not your home, and where they will say Jesus is your resurrection, not nature, and primal resurrection. Another thing to show
Take
the
down the
contrast.
There is no need for temples,
See?
no need for complicated philosophy. Our own brain, our own heart is our temple.
Wow. I think we should go right into this next bonus track to finish off this album. This has been a really good go. We've had so much to talk about. We're now on to all for one. And if there is anything you wanted to say on that last one,
The only thing I'd like to say on that last one is
Yeah.
I think like this album just came out 2024.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
And I think that's really prominent because right now, especially in like the pagan world and on Witch Talk and all over the place, right now we really are in a primal resurrection where all the ancient religions, the ancient practices, all the pagan
we call it New
worshiping
Age
or
now.
New Age now is what
Yeah.
it really is, what is people call it, but
Yeah.
it really is a primal resurrection that is happening in the world currently.
Absolutely. The age of Aquarius.
The age of Aquarius is upon us.
Yes. And so we are now all for one. And I think this is a good one to end with because this is dedicated to all fans around the world. United we stand, divided we fall, brothers and sisters. And I can agree on that. That's why I
Absolutely.
don't like denominations as a Christian myself because that means divided. And you're not supposed to be divided. And again, this is where Dalai Lama and I would say Jesus are very similar in what they're talking about. So here we go. This is all for one. This one goes out to you. And thank you all for being here. This is Pro Christus, all for one. Ooh, dope. Going through the history.
Nice.
Look at these albums. Dun, dun, dun. Gorgeous. Dun, 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 dun.
In flames to burn, embracing the death, the sword, the blade, the evil, the dark side. All for one, and one for his brothers. Tonight we fight in the name of our Father. To chaos we ride, to vengeance and wrath. In glory we ride, enlighten our path. All for one, and all for our brothers. Tonight the sun will be turned to darkness. All for one, and all for madness. United we stand, united in darkness. All for one, and one for his brothers. Tonight we fight in the name of our fathers. All for one, and one for all. United we stand, divided we fall. All for one.
Cheers to that one, hun. All for one. We made it to the end. I hope y'all did too. We thank you all. This has been a great time. Always good getting a new band, something that is historical, philosophical, sounds incredible. That's just all the things we want, and we've said so much, so I think we're gonna just kind of wrap this up. And if y'all enjoyed this, please hit the like button so we know you had a good time. If you learned anything new as well, please let us know. And if you have anything to add to what we talked about, put that in the comments. And if you want to see more Rod and Christ come down the rabbit hole, definitely let us know and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. Remy, thank you so much for all the love and support. We really appreciate this and this challenge to really go into it with the lyrics and all that too. We hope we didn't get too thorough with it. I know I can get accused for that sometimes, but I was just having a really good time. And honestly, this was very soothful, and what a way to end the night, because we did this pretty late. It went even longer than we thought. That means we're having a great time too.
I absolutely love this, and thank you so much, Remy, for bringing it down the rabbit hole, because this isn't a band that I would have ever really checked out on my own.
We will be honest, that the name pushed us away.
Yeah, and so like now coming into Rotting Christ and really getting to see what kind of music they put out, this really is gorgeous. I have to say, like, maybe before I met you, when I was in like the thick of it,
You would have been.
I would have then, if I knew this band was out there, I would have picked it up, been like, "Ooh, what is this?" Just because of the
spite of
name, just in spite of it. And so this, like, actually coming and seeing Rotting Christ and what they put out last year, this is a new album from them. It really makes me want to dive into their discography, going all the way back to 1986, and even see kind of
87, but what are you?
Sorry, 1987. My bad. I'm so sorry. And to go back, see their discography, and even see, be prepared for what they're going to be coming out with in the future, because this was amazing. It was absolutely incredible. And I even love the story that they're playing throughout the entire bit. I can't wait to see more from Rotting Christ and what they have in store for us.
Absolutely. Love Greek bands, love Greek metal bands too. And this is incredible. And I'm not going to say they converted me or anything like that, but maybe they did. We'll see. I really love the messages, honestly. I really do. Especially the father one. That one really hit close to home with part of my journey right now too. So that was really encouraging for me, and I'm going to take that moving forward to put in courage. And I think being a hero is a great thing. I don't think that goal to be a hero, going from zero to your hero, is a bad thing. And I hope you all want to become a hero if you have not, and you have heroes in your life. And again, we want to thank you all for spending time with us, but we are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks.
Thank you so much, Remy, for this. This was an absolute treat for me. I guess the song that really stood out for me was the one where they were talking about like taking down the cathedrals and just being one with nature. That was always something that's really been a part of my life and my trying to become more grounded, and even what led me
The Primal
into
Resurrection
the Primal Resurrection.
The bonus track there.
The bonus track,
first
Primal
one.
Resurrection. That one is the one that really stood out to me, even within my own journey and everything I went through between being raised in the church to leaving the church to then everything in between to then coming back, and I still don't go to church, but coming back to even where I'm at today. So this has been a really cool album to get into and to really be able to see other points of view. So this is like amazing. I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much, Rennie. Peace and love, Chronicans.
God bless everyone.
Take care and bye for now.